Welcome back to Fairy Tail Anime Review, episode number 24. This one viewing the 292nd episode of the Fairy Tail anime, Morning Star. This one's adapted from chapters 456 to 458. Yep, this one continues the big battle that started last week. And there's about 3 different things going on this episode. There's the fight between Urza and the Desert King, which actually wraps up this episode. We have the stuff going on with Lucy and Brandish. I will talk about that and how quite interesting it is my opinion. We have sort of the battle not that the Dragon Squad has with the ground forces, and there's some stuff with Gray and Juvia and the Strauss siblings. There's about 4 different things going on in this episode. Let's first talk about the case of Urza versus the Desert King. She's having trouble taking him on, and this is like this about half the episode. And then, because what happened with Lucy and Brandish, she's able to use because the Brandish's subordinate apparently suppresses space magic that she can't use requip. So she does, in fact, do requip, and she does to Morning Star, which at this point, here's the thing: throughout most of this episode, there's a humongous sandstorm, not just surrounding the ship, but the entire area. It's even getting inside the Fairy Tail Guild Hall, which I'm thinking, yeah, and you have Mavis saying, "Lock all doors and windows." I'm sure they probably are, but how the heck is the sand getting in here? I mean, I'm sure they can find some way to suppress them. It takes a while, but yeah. And of course, you have stuff going on with Freed. Yeah, the green hair guy whose power is basically barrier magic. Yep. So, yeah, he has trouble keeping with the sandstorm, while the lightning brigade just keeps an eye on him. While the Judge Wall comes to the area, he doesn't take on them yet, but there's that. And while the whole sandstorm thing is going, this is actually why it's funny. We have the Strauss siblings, of course, they're with Gray and Juvia, and because they can't see what the heck is going on, Juvia thinks she's hugging Gray, she's actually hugging Lasana. Even Lasana's like, "Juvia, what the heck are you doing? I'm not Gray." Because she knows that she knows that Juvia does this frequent thing of clinging on to Gray a lot because she's in love with him. Sorry about that. That's a train. Yep. And also we have Mira J transform to Seela from the Tartarus arc. Yeah. In just one scene, we have references to the 2 previous arcs. The whole thing with Mira J, because she was briefly possessed by Seela, so it makes sense she takes on her form. And also we have a reference to Avatar, comparing these forces to Avatar, even though the forces of Avatar never met Zeref at all. But because it's a similar thing, so there's that. Yeah, it's quite interesting though, you have a series references 2 story arcs in the same scene. Yeah, it's a bit unusual. Oh yeah, and they refer to Silith as, yeah, when I think it's, I don't remember which one it was. It was not Desert King. I think it was one of the other generals. First, her is like, "Oh yeah, it's one of Emperor Sproget's discarded toys." Emperor Sproget being Black Wizard Zeref. Yep. The whole thing with Natsu, Ganjo, basically the Flying Dragon Squad. Yeah, there's stuff there is very brief. That it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm using 1/10 of my power." Yeah, he's holding back for good reason because he wants to save the power to fighting the big players, which makes sense, especially since he's one of the most strongest members of the guild. Yeah, and there's a little bit so going on with Bisca and with her group. Yeah, and I'm still wondering though, where the heck did she get their hands? Heck, even last week's episode, I was questioning even Juvia was questioning, where the heck did Bisca get their hands on a weapon that was previously owned by Phantom Lord? Yeah, my theory is that probably because Phantom Lord was disbanded, their weapons probably put up for sale, so Biscuit must have basically just went to the old guild hall, found this thing, and just took it because she can. Yeah, and I know for a fact that the leader of the group, if I remember from the arc, yeah, after he was exposed, after he pretty much caused the whole incident of them Phantom Lord attacking Fairy Tail, he was stripped from his position and he was moved as the Guildmaster and taking away his title as one of the 10 Wizard Saints. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now let's talk about the stuff with Brandyish. Okay, Brandyish tells Lucy to get in the tub. Yeah, and she also apparently shrunk her house. Yeah, and she's like, I've seen you somewhere before. It's like, maybe you saw me because they met at the island. No, and it also tells like eventually she does succumb. Of course, she see her sort of undressing. You see her take off her little bow tie thing, unbuttoning her top, and sort of take off her skirt, and then a quick cut, and bam, she's butt naked. Though they don't show her completely naked. You can tell she's pretty much naked. Because she gets in the water. I mean, why would it help in the bathtub with clothes on? Makes no sense. And then eventually tells her, and of course she still has the key that was Aquarius's key. She's about to stab her when she also asked her to wash her back. Even Lucy questions like, okay, she's like, one of my enemies is in my house, and she's in my bathtub for some reason. He also tells her to wash her back. Okay, this is nothing unusual. And she reveals why she's seen before. Because she knew her mother. Not much developed upon this, because eventually Lucy is able to get out of the house pretty quickly, and somehow Brandyish is able to get dressed really quickly. And I thought it was really funny because her subordinate was still shrunk, basically the size of like 6 inches. Puts him inside of this container, seals it so he doesn't look at her butt naked. Because from Brandyish, he probably thinks she probably thinks that the only woman that he should see with our clothes on is her. Yeah. So Lucy takes him and she gets out of the house with a towel on. I read up online that she actually landed the house without her clothes on. So she smushes him, like breaks the container, steps on him, and apparently that frees her magic. Yeah. So she's able to use Ares' key, becomes Ares, and this Ares celestial dress. And I see the outfit, I'm like, man, this is the most revealing outfit out of all of them. Yeah. In the case of Sagittarius, that one was the most concealing one. This one will show off more skin in your outfit of all of them. Yeah. Because all it did was basically cover up the front of her chest and a little bit of her bottom. I'm like, real, and her boots. I'm like, really? This is the best you can do? Of course, Ares herself is one of the more weaker of the Zodiac spirits in the series. Of course, we also have Kana show up completely out of nowhere. As for, well, she was probably walking there anyways, and she probably could have detected. Of course, she throws cards at Brandyish. Though this is the first time Brandyish has actually met Kana. Excuse me, yeah. And I would probably say that the only fight that's actually really wrapped up in this episode is, of course, Urza versus the Desert King. I've heard him because his name is actually, I've heard him as Desert King because that's technically his nickname. That's the only fight that is concluded here. We have sort of the start of Lucy versus Brandyish with the addition of Kana. But this overall was a really good episode. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going more on with Brandyish because here's kind of the thing. She actually has appeared recently in the Century Quest, the Fairy Tail Century Quest manga. She appeared for like a couple of chapters. Yeah, she appeared completely out of nowhere, and of course she's wearing a bikini. Also, is it just me, or is it just that Brandyish have no other clothes to wear? Yeah, that's the thing about her. When they have female villains appear in this series, they usually wear a little bit more clothing than Brandyish does. Brandyish wears the same exact outfit and looks like she's wearing a bikini with a robe. Or she looks like she's in her underwear. Yeah, and she refers to... Yeah, here's something really weird, though. Apparently, that her subordinate refers to as an A++. Like, what is with this guy and giving grades to women of how beautiful they are? It's one of the most weirdest things that when it comes to it. And apparently she's apparently worried about her own subordinate, the one who also punished and shrunk. And she's like really worried that when he got stepped on. Yep. And Warren, of course, he's a telepath of Fairy Tail, and he apparently couldn't exactly relay transmission. He was crying, so he got kicked in the groin. And then he responded by having the other guy hit in the groin with a broomstick, with the hand of a broom. It's like, so I'm like, stay away from it. And he'll say, and he goes, stay away from my butt, and he'll say, stay away with my groin. Yeah, so he probably needed it, but I would have probably just punched him instead of just kick him in the groin. So he just relayed the message, and yeah. This overall was a really good episode. The one part of this plot that I'm really looking forward to seeing progressing is the stuff with Brandyish, because you gotta love Brandyish because she's just a really good villain. She's a really good character, and she's quite interesting. I'm really curious exactly like what her past is with Lucy's mother. Yep. So yeah, that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned today for, well, this is probably the only review I plan for today because I keep checking, and I don't know if Ace Attorney is been uploaded today, but if not, this is probably the only one I'll do today. Yeah. But until you see you on my next review, bye.